already maxing out your retirement plan, there's a good chance you've asked yourself some version of this question already. And that is that really all I'm allowed to save in my retirement plan? And for many people, the answer is not necessarily. There's a lesser known feature inside some employee retirement plans that may allow you to significantly save more. And it's often referred to as the Mega Backdoor Roth. Today, I'm going to break down what that is, how it works, and how much it may allow you to save in the right situation. I'm Clayton Boone with World Investment Advisors, and let's start by clearing something up right away. First, the Mega Backdoor Roth is not a special account. It's also not something you open at a bank or some other institution, and it's also not available to everyone. Instead, it's a strategy, and it only works if your employer retirement plan allows it. So to understand where the opportunity comes from, we need to talk about contribution limits. Now, most people are familiar with the employee contribution limit in their retirement plan because this is the amount they are allowed to defer from their paycheck into the retirement plan. But there's another limit, one that most people overlook, and that's the overall plan contribution limit. That second limit includes everything going into the plan. So that's your contributions, your employer's match or profit sharing, and if the plan allows it, after tax contributions. For 2026, that overall limit is $72,000, or $80,000 if you're 50 and up, or $83,250 if you're between the ages of 60 and 63 due to the super catch-up. And here's the important part. Most people only ever hit the employee limit. They never come close to the overall plan limit. And that gap is where the Mega Backdoor Roth lives. So I want to walk you through a simple example. Assume you're under the age of 50 and you earn $200,000 a year. You max out your employee contribution and your employer offers a 4% match. So to do the math, that means your employee contribution for 2026 is $24,500. And a 4% employer match on a $200,000 salary is $8,000. So together, that's $32,500 going into your retirement plan so far. Now, compare that to the overall limit. Because remember, the plan allows up to $72,000 if you're under 50 years old. So that means there's roughly $39,500 of unused space. And that unused space is what some plans allow to be filled with after-tax employee contributions. And if those after-tax dollars can then be converted to Roth, that's what people are referring to when they talk about a Mega Backdoor Roth. Now, this is the critical part. This only works if your employer's plan allows two specific features. First, the plan has to allow for after-tax employee contributions, not Roth contributions, but true after-tax dollars. And second, the plan has to allow for those after-tax dollars to be moved into Roth, either through an in-plan Roth conversion or an in-service rollover. Now, if either of those features are missing, this strategy doesn't work. That's why some people can use this strategy effectively and others can't use it at all. So how does this actually happen in real life? Usually, it looks something like this. First, the plan is reviewed to confirm that after-tax contributions and Roth conversions are allowed. Second, after-tax contributions are then set up through payroll. These are going to be separate from your normal pre-tax or Roth 401k elections. And third, those after-tax dollars are periodically converted to Roth. Sometimes this is automatic, sometimes it's manual. It depends on the plan. And finally, the contributions and conversions are monitored to make sure limits aren't exceeded and earnings don't accumulate unnecessarily before conversion. So this is not a set it and forget it strategy. Timing and coordination matter. There are also a few important things to understand before even considering this. After-tax contributions do not reduce your taxable income. And any earnings on after-tax dollars may be taxable if they aren't converted promptly to Roth. So also remember, employer matches reduce how much room is left under the overall plan limit, impacting how much can be saved after tax and converted to Roth. And the last thing is the strategy is not intended to replace traditional retirement savings. It simply adds another layer of savings when the situation supports it. Because of this, the Mega Backdoor Roth is typically evaluated by people who are already doing the basics well. They're already maxing out their standard contributions. They also have strong, consistent cash flow, and they want more long-term Roth exposure. And they also have access to a plan that supports these required features. And then it still should always be reviewed in the context of a full financial picture. So if you're curious on whether your employer's plan allows after-tax contributions and how much room might exist under the overall plan limits, you can schedule a meeting with us using the QR code. We'll review your plan and walk you through whether a Mega Backdoor Roth fits into your broader retirement picture. And if you like this type of content, don't forget to like and subscribe. We put out content like this to help you make more informed financial decisions. Till next time.